Welcome back to Iceline Quad Rinks for the granddaddy of them all. The third period. It's crunch time. The Marauders got 20 minutes left to come back from this outstanding 4-goal deficit they found themselves in. But again, 20 minutes is a lot of time in hockey. You've seen 4 bounces to go their way. Hopefully, Coach Schroeder gave them the talking to of a lifetime in the locker room, got his boys fired up. They look to be coming out. Hopefully, they can play with that intensity that they've been lacking so far this game. But again, a lot of time left to play. Rams are ready, Marauders are ready, and we're off in the third period. Rams win the center ice draw. That's picked up by number 10, Matt Crashwell. Crashwell working it down by himself. Can't get it. Picked up by Dunnigan in the back. Dunnigan lays a big hit on Crashwell that falls over himself, and the Rams maintain possession. Westchester working in. Crashwell's shot from the blue line just bounces off the pad of Jackson Bell, who's staying in for the third period after he took over for Rusnock after he gave up 4 goals. 5-minute major assist to Johnny Morgan at the end of the last period as he pulled the face mask. Immediate ejection major. The Marauders are down a man for 4.5 minutes to start this period. Yeah, apologies, that's a 5-minute game misconduct, right? I think so. 5 and a game. Okay. Rams are going to take a chance at this golden opportunity, and they do. Only took about 58 seconds to score on the man advantage. Westchester goes up 6-1 on the Marauders. Well, it'll be tough to come back from this, but nothing is impossible. So if you feel like staying up a little bit longer, stick with us for the last 19 minutes here in the third period, as you could see something magical. Someone could ask you, where were you on the night when the Marauders came back from that crazy deficit against Westchester, and you'll have a great answer to tell them. But for now, the Marauders still stay on the man disadvantage for another 4 minutes. Westchester wins the center ice draw as they look to add on to the hurt so far. That's number 6, Colin Dachowski. Dachowski working it down, but goes over his man's head and falls to the stick of Torres. That's Nathan Torres. Gives it away right in front. Carey scores. No one knew what to do with the puck for Westchester. They didn't know Torres was going to take it. Carey takes advantage of the lapse in judgment for the Westchester defense and brings the Marauders back to a 4-goal deficit. Again, comeback's got to start somewhere. Might as well start now. Carey gets the Marauders on the board here in the third period. 2 shorthanded goals so far this game. Both squads notched a shorty. Just a pretty interesting game all around. The Marauders, again, will stay on the man disadvantage. 3.5 minutes left to go on that. As shots scan at 30-21 Westchester. From the blue line about. Kicking out to his man on the left. Seeing eye shot just misses the post by about a puck's length there. And the Marauders keep the score where it is. Could have been a very, very dangerous shot right there. Behind the net of Torres here, the Rams will take it out. Picked off in center ice by Slaybaugh. Slaybaugh takes a harmless shot, a little bit of a knuckle puck, right to the pads of Torres. But Slaybaugh stays on him. 3 minutes left to go on the PK for the Marauders. Westchester enters the zone. Takes it behind the net of Bell. Bell keeping his eyes on it, takes it by himself behind it, kicks out to his man in the blue line. Tries to look for the centering pass. A little too much mustard on that pass. Gets past his man in the mustard-colored sweater. Crashwell was really ready for a slap shot there. Couldn't find it, but it falls to the stick of Crashwell. He wanted it. What can he do with it? Gives it away right away. Picked up by Rysack. Rysack takes it. Rysack looking to clear, but can't get it off his stick. Westchester maintains possession. Rams moving it out right into the breadbasket of Jackson Bell. 2.5 minutes left to go on the penalty kill for the Marauders. 17:25 remaining here in the third period. The Marauders stare down a 4-goal deficit, but they've been able to crack Torres, and they've kept the Golden Rams off the board. They've kind of stopped that offensive onslaught that they hit them with right at the start, trying to swing that pendulum ever so slightly back in the Marauders' favor. Hopefully will. Ben Bell takes it off his man there, and it falls to the stick of a Golden Ram again. Works behind a bit of a screen set up by the ref there. Falls to the pad of Bell. Bell can't get it saved, but keeps it out of the net. And Westchester maintains possession. Dishes it to his man, but keeps it again. Kicks it out to the blue line, back to this original pass. Down to the middle. Shot just above the net of Jackson Bell right there. Score remains 6-2 as the Marauders swing it around and kill another couple seconds off the game penalty kill. Minute 50 left to go on the PK for the Marauders as number 20, Luke Diamecchio, takes it himself. Diamecchio almost goes coast to coast on Bell right there, but the Marauders push him out. Westchester still maintains possession of the Marauders zone, however, as Diamecchio gets the puck back and takes a shot, taken away by the blocker of Jackson Bell. Westchester maintains it. Westchester about a minute and a half left to go on the power play. Broken up again by Bell. Bell's only been beaten once by this offense today. A feat most goalies in the conference cannot attest to. Full line change there from the Marauders, getting the fresh legs on the ice for the last minute 15 of this major penalty. Picked up by Westchester behind the net of Bell. Westchester looking to get their 7th on the board today. The Marauders trying to do everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen. Bell crashes in front of the net, knocks his man over. Bit of a scrum in front of the net. No one can quite cleanly come up with it, and we got a whistle. 15:55 remaining here in the third. Shots read 34-22 in favor of Westchester, and on the scoreboard it still remains 6-2 Golden Rams with 56 seconds left to go on the major penalty assessed to Johnny Morgan. Stick side to Bell, won by the Marauders. Bit of a quarterback snap right there, but quickly given away to the Westchester Rams again. Shot dangerously close to getting over the bar of Bell, but it stays out somehow. Does knock his water bottle over. He's got to pick that up. Shot. Rams working around in the O-zone, taking a little time off. Faking the slap shot about 50 times there, keeping the Marauders on their toes. Centering pass in front of the net of Bell. Bell lays out for it, keeps it out of the net, just poking at the sticks. Somehow the puck stays out. Massive bodies in front of the net, and finally, the refs decided to call it off there. Somehow, Jackson Bell keeps a 7th off the board for the Golden Rams. Great individual performance out of the senior goaltender, out of Paul Meyer for the Marauders. 26 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Westchester. Same draw again, won by the Rams, however, this time. Marauder looks to clear, and they do. Maybe a breakaway here if they can be fast. That's Corelli. Corelli has his man. Carey in the middle. Carey whiffs on the open goal. Could have been the third goal and the second goal for him tonight, but instead the Westchester Rams are right back on it. Shot way over the head of Jackson Bell. 4 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Bell's going to get back in his net. And the Marauders are finally back to even strength, 5-on-5 hockey here, as they look to take advantage of this newly even ice. And Torres will glove it to stop the play there. Can't get score updates from Newman and Kutztown or Scranton and Seton Hall, but last I checked, about halfway through the third period, Drexel and UPenn in the Battle of Philadelphia are level at 1. That game will go in deep into the night for any of you CSCHC enthusiasts who want to stay up late tonight to watch some hockey. D-zone draw won by the Marauders there, but quickly taken away by the Rams. O'Connell falls to the ice, but gets right back up. He's right back on it. Shot harmlessly away from Bell. 14:37 remaining here in the final period. Marauders working it down. O'Connell can't quite corral it, but it's picked up by Ryder. Ryder's shot off the glove. Could have been a dangerous bounce there, but pounced on by Nathan Torres. Shots this game. Westchester nearing 40. They've put 39 on the combined total of Rusnock and Bell tonight. The Marauders have answered with 23 on Nathan Torres. 6 go in for Westchester, 2 go in for Millersville. Quick zone draw, one there by Ryder, but he couldn't get it on the net. Bell kicks it down. Ryder with another opportunity there, but taken by Stromberg. Stromberg centering pass, nobody home. O'Connell couldn't get his stick down, but picked up by Bell again. Bell finds O'Connell. Bit of screened on by the ref a little bit there. A bit of a stick duel there between Alan Ryder and his man. That's number 15, Sean Cutter, in a bit of a fencing duel there. And the Marauders maintain it. O'Connell looking for his man in the middle, takes it himself right into the breadbasket of Nathan Torres. And it'll be a timeout on the ice, I believe. I'm just going to big old line change here. Next for the for the next face-off upcoming in the Rams zone. 14 minutes on the dot remain here in the final period of the game. And Marauders will need a lot of things to go right, but they have enough time to do so. Westchester takes it out. They won't be able to do it if they keep getting possession back to Westchester, as they got a 3-on-2 developing here. Decided to take their time with it, and it's shot directly into the stomach of Jackson Bell, who's only let in 1 goal so far tonight on this red-hot Rams offense. Great stuff out of the senior goaltender. Or apologies, 2 goals, but still, it's pretty good. Draw there, won by Millersville, but taken away quickly by the Golden Rams. Ryder loses his stick. Dish to the middle. Had an open goal on Jackson Bell right there. Second of those goals they've scored tonight. Didn't mark your man on the goalie's left side. Just snuck through. Not a tight defensive strategy there for the Marauders. Left a gold jersey open, and they make do on it. 7-2 reads the score in favor of Westchester. Their 41st shot of the night finds pay dirt. Wanshot takes it in the center ice, but quickly gives it away to Westchester as they look to put the 2-point conversion onto their touchdown. Shot goes off a blocker of Bell. Westchester moves it around, trying to find another man in the middle there, not taking their foot off the gas. These two teams do not like each other, and Westchester is making that evident so far tonight. Another lapse in possession right there, taken away by Millersville. Jacob Schindler has entered the game for Johnny Morgan as he was ejected at the end of the second period. Westchester on the ice now, trying to get their 8th. Westchester from the face-off circle. Nearly goes in, but is brushed away by Jackson Bell. Up on the big board, shots read 43 for the Rams, 25 for the Marauders. On the scoreboard, it is 7-2 with a little less than 13 minutes remaining here in the third period. Thank you, folks, for sticking with us so far. I know it can be tough on these kind of one-sided games like this, but really, really appreciate you sticking with us late into the evening here tonight. It's a slashing penalty assessed to Andrew Zerko, and the Marauders are back down a man. Combination of Waters and Zerko, I believe, have gone for 3 or 4 penalties tonight. Again, not what you want to see. I've said that quite a lot tonight, but in these games, you need to make every second count to somehow get back in this one. You cannot be taking those penalties. It's another minute and a half. The Marauders won't be able to create much pressure on them. Although Carey did score the shorty, so they may be able to get something going on the shorthanded offense here. Minute and a half left to go in the power play for the Rams. They're working around from the face-off circle. Between a sea of bodies, can't find the net, but the Rams hold on to it. From the blue line, a bit of a knuckle puck. Keeps out of the net and squirts past the skate of a Westchester Golden Ram. 1:06 remaining here in the power play for Westchester. Rams working it down. They got a 3-on-2. Takes it himself off the middle, but bumped off his man. That is number 62, Jake Petticone, with a good defensive stop there. Marauders in a scrum behind the net there. Picked up. Westchester working it behind the back of Jackson Bell. Westchester kicks it out, and that falls to the stick of Colin Dachowski. Dachowski takes his time, just dumps it in, gets a big change off the Rams, as they have 33 seconds remaining on their man advantage. Westchester working it in, can't get an open lane to shoot on Bell from, thankfully, as the Marauders getting a bit of a stick to what Stromberg tries to take it off his man, but Westchester maintains their possession. Westchester keeping it with him from the face-off circle, not taking the shot, keeping the puck himself. They seem to be good just taking the rest of this man advantage out. They got 4 seconds left on the man advantage here. Have a man open on the other side of Bell where they scored from last time, as we are back to even strength on the ice with 10:52 remaining here. As the camera gets a turn around finally, as Schindler has it on his stick. Schindler tries to feed Carey in the middle. But Carey is dispossessed by 2 Rams, and Schindler loses it again. Stromberg trails back on defense here. Schindler chasing his man back. Stromberg just whiffs on the takeaway attempt right there, as Dachowski moves it down around the end boards for his man, but picked up by Thor Martin. Rams have outshot the Marauders by 20 tonight, 45-25 so far as we go to the final 10 minutes of the game coming up. Shot from the blue line, hits the pad of Bell and bounces out. The Marauders have it again. Move in and out. That is Walter O'Connell. O'Connell box out, tried to find his man in the middle. Couldn't get the pass to go. Schindler couldn't get his stick down, and the Rams have it again. Working it down from the faceoff circle, working it down on Bell. Comes off his shoulder, and Bell stands tall, keeping it out. Marauders dispossessed in their own defensive zone like that, but Bird keeps it. Jonah Bird working it down, picked up by Slaybaugh. Slaybaugh, nobody home behind the back pass, but he picks his pass up himself. Again on the behind the back pass. 0 for 2 on those, on Zachary Slaybaugh, that possession. Giveaway right in front of the net, but a whistle before the play, and a big hit afterwards. Big scrum in the net, and the Marauders do not take kindly to that shot after the whistle there. They're obviously frustrated. They've let up 7, and the Westchester Rams are really letting them have it, taking their revenge for last year's conference championship game, obviously tonight. I don't know if you can hear on the mic, but yeah, if you need any more evidence about how much these two teams feel about each other, there it is. 9:37 remaining here in the final period as we're going to have some penalties assessed probably here. And it'll be number 22. It's Liam Pareca heading to the sin bin for the Golden Rams. Maybe more, but that's all that's being shown on the big board right now. Oh, it's Slaybaugh, sorry. Slaybaugh is heading to the net for the Marauders. Maybe a Ram will be assessed. Hopefully. Maybe the rest will feel nice. Some discussion happening between the refs. Schroeder trying to get his men back into it. 9:37 left to go. Trying to get out of the ice. What is this arena called again? I forget. Trying to get out of this arena with some dignity tonight. Ice line quadrants. There it is. Refs taking a good long while to get their penalties assessed properly here. It hasn't shown it on the board, but there is a Ram in the penalty box on their side, so we'll be at 4-on-4. Even strength hockey here when we come back. Just making sure they're crossing their T's, dotting their lowercase j's, making sure they got the right penalty assessed here. And Westchester man will come out of the actually he'll be ejected, I believe. That'll do it for, who is that? Let me see your number. 2, I believe. That's Noah Polshuk. I believe his night is over. 27. I only saw the 2. That's Mason McCabe, actually. And a Marauders heading out. Doubly ejected on that play. A lot of tensions flaring late in this game. And yeah, when you try to push your advantage that late, you're going to expect some talk back from the team. And that's a lot of that. A lot of the fight the Marauders have shown in the game came there on that fight. Just the tensions are kind of overboiling here. Hopefully we'll have a calm last 9.5 minutes, but knowing these two teams, probably not. The refs might have a little bit more work to do tonight. Quick check in the Drexel UPenn game for anyone interested. Still assessing the penalties on the ice. And UPenn took the lead on Drexel as they win their first intermission in Philadelphia. The Quakers hold the 2-1 lead over the Drexel Dragons, the battle of the class of 1931 arena. It's 1931 or 1932. I can't quite remember, but it's one of them. It's a nice arena down there. Both teams share it, and they're battling for bragging rights tonight, and the Quakers take the early lead in that one. Maybe a little bit of a fire lit under the Marauders here with that late fight, as they have a little less than 10 minutes left to go here to find 5 goals. See if they can run into them. And Luke Diamencio, that's a tough name, is in the sin bin for the Westchester Golden Rams. As the Marauders have the man advantage coming out of that scrum. Draw one there by Westchester, dumped down the ice, evades the stick of number 21, Kai Dunnigan. Bell has trouble getting out behind him and picked up by Schindler. Schindler cross-ice feed to Stromberg. Stromberg dumps it in. Can't get it to go. Kopshow was there. Kopshow wasn't quite quick enough. Just hops over the stick of Dunnigan. Minute and a half left to go in the man advantage of the Marauders. Gets past Dunnigan again and gets past all the Marauders as it falls behind the net of Jackson Bell again. Schindler there to pick up the loose change with a minute 20 left to go here in the man advantage. Picked up by Stromberg at center ice. Stromberg almost hops over a stick, but he maintains possession. Finds his man Dunnigan in center ice. Just gets over the stick of Dunnigan. Slow shot. Gets out away from the goaltender Torres there, but no Marauders there to pick it up. O'Connell has it in the faceoff circle. Spinorama from Walter O'Connell there. Cross-ice feed to the middle. Picked up by Kopshow. Kopshow's shot goes wide, but there is a whistle. Stoppage play. The net came off the moorings there. Minute 02 remaining on the man advantage for the Marauders. 8:39 remaining in the game itself. Shots hold 46-27 in favor of Westchester, and the score, a touchdown to a safety, Westchester. Rysak has it on his own blue line. Feeds Bird. Bird back to Rysak. Rysak takes it himself off the pad. Picked up by Carey. Carey looking for his second. Turned away by Nathan Torres. 50 seconds remaining on the power play for the Marauders. Millersville working it back down. That's Rysak. Rysak finds Bieber. Bieber kicks it to Carey. Carey outpaces man. Carey tripped up and falls into the boards. Ice there as the Ram looks to go pick up his lost lumber there. 35 remaining on the penalty assessed to Diamencio. 8:12 remaining in the game. There's been another penalty assessed to Westchester. They're going to give the Marauders another right there. Tripping call there. Has to be 5-on-3 for 35 seconds here. Golden opportunity for the Marauders. A penalty was assessed to Owen Quinn for the tripping call. Draw one by Millersville, picked up by Rysak. Rysak finds Carey. Carey looking for his man in the middle. Bunch of yellow jerseys in the front. Goal scored there. The Marauders take advantage of the 5-on-3 and draw within 4. That was number 44. Wes Bieber on the goal there for the Marauders. 8:01 remaining in the period. Then the Marauders' 30th shot of the night finds Pater. 7-3 Westchester. They'll call it a comeback. 8 minutes left. Just need a couple bounces to go their way. They haven't really gone their way tonight. But, yeah, a lot can happen in 8 minutes, so don't go anywhere, folks. Center ice draw. One there by the Marauders. Wanshop tied up a little bit on a stick there. Wanshop stuck. Wanshop gets the puck back. And a call there on the ice. That's a... I believe there's a cross check called on Wanshop, I believe. Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. A lot of times so far this season, the Marauders have taken the man advantage, and maybe 15, 20 seconds into it, committed a penalty of their own, and we're back to 4-on-4 ice. A lot of open ice here to work with, and will be 4-on-4 for another minute 43, and for another bit after that, the Rams will have the man advantage. 7:50 remaining in the game. Westchester has it. Ryder tries to lay a big hit this man. He keeps the puck. Ryder blocks the pass up, but again, Westchester maintains possession. Corelli staring his man down, chasing him behind the net of Torres. Corelli jumping on his man, maybe taking advantage of it here, picked up by Ryder. Ryder bouncing off the boards, picked up by Petticone. Petticone cross-ice feed to his man. That's Thorm Martin. Martin shot deflected, but picked up by Ryder. Ryder whiffs on it, but Corelli's fighting for it behind the net, and another call stopping this game by the officials there. Another penalty assessed to the Golden Rams here. Guys getting a little bit sloppy to end the game, but hey, Marauders are back in the man advantage. Clearly not happy about it, as you can take a couple shots to shut the door there. Marauders will have the man advantage for a little bit now, as it will be 4-on-3. Sinbin's getting a little full. Hopefully you can play some clean hockey for the next couple of minutes. 7:18 remaining in the game. Sticks get tied up. Cop Show on his man, pushes him off. But the Gold Rams keep it. It's Cop Show and Schindler trying to get it out, but the Rams keep it. As the clock drains below 7 minutes to go here in the game. Scrum behind the play. We're going to let him play on. Don't want to get any more guys in the sin bin. Marauders have it in their own D zone. Kick it out behind the net of Bell. Picked up by Millersville. Working it down to his man. That is number 4, Jacob Schindler. Schindler's puck, no problem for Torres. Picked up by their number 4. That's Ethan Haas. Ethan Haas dumps it down. Sticked by Jackson Bell. Picked up by his brother Ben Bell. Bell to Bell, working it down. Center ice. Bell gains the red line. Takes it. Might as well take the blue line too. Bell might as well take it himself. Shot in. No good. Broken up by a Westchester stick. Schindler would have had an open goal if he could have got to it. Schindler keeps chasing it down. Just evades the stick of number 22. That is Liam Pareca. Picked up by Dunnigan behind the net. 4-on-4 hockey for another 13 seconds. Millersville will have the man advantage in about 10 seconds. Picked up by Stromberg. Stromberg looking for his man in the middle. He's got Dunnigan. Dunnigan behind the back pass to O'Connell. A little bit of Harlem Globetrotters action there. O'Connell tries to dump it around the goal, but Torres blocks his lane. Picked up by Rysack. Marauders have the man advantage for another 30 seconds, and it's gloved by Nathan Torres. Marauders hoping for a better result tomorrow evening, as they will take on the College of New Jersey, their old rivals from the early conference days. The Lions have had a sputtering start to begin the season, as the Marauders will look to rebound after their probable third straight loss tonight. That game will be at 4 p.m. at LIR tomorrow. Shot from Juan Shop, no good, but it falls to the stick of Stromberg again, picked up by Rysack. Rysack working it down, finds Jonah Bird. Bird shot, no problem, and it's picked up by number 19. That is Patrick Brace. Brace takes it himself, comes off the pads of Jackson Bell. Man advantage has expired for the Marauders. We're back to 5-on-5. Jonah Bird, bit of a dangle in between the lines there. Can't get it past the goaltender, Torres, but it squirts out, finds O'Connell, finds Stromberg. Stromberg shot gloved away by Torres. The Golden Rams have it again. That's number 18, Jack Bockel. Moved down, Bockel taking on the Marauders defense by himself, moves it in between the legs of Rysack, but had no one home for the Rams. Shot again to the pads of Bell as we were below 5 minutes in this game. The chances of a comeback looking less and less likely for the Marauders, but they still have time. What can they do with it? Juan Shop loses the puck, picked up again by the Golden Rams. Rams zoom it down. That's number 13, Owen Quinn. Quinn shot back to Quinn off his stick, finds his man. That's number 28, DJ Lindenmuth. Lindenmuth's shot is no problem. This is picked up by the Marauders in their own zone. 4.5 minutes remain. Picked up by Jonah Bird behind his friendly net. Bird takes a big hit from behind. We're going to let him keep playing, though. Clean hit. Picked up by Bird again. Bird dispossessed by his man who laid the hit. Shot there from Westchester. No problem for Bell. Westchester maintains position, however, with 4 minutes remaining in the game. Picked up by Waters. John Waters dumps it down, immediately taken away there by Westchester. Just looked to be getting declared out, but shot it right to a golden stick. Westchester has it again. That's number 13, Owen Quinn on the wrister. No problem for Bell as Waters gets dumped there by his man. As the Rams maintain possession in the Millers offensive zone, they're not taking their foot off the brakes. They really do not like each other. They're trying to get 8. 3:34 remaining in the game as the Rams shot total creeps near 50. They've got 49 on the board tonight as the Marauders answer with 32 of their own, scoring on 3. The Rams have scored on 7. That'll do it for another Ram tonight. That is number 18, Jack Bockel. Heading to the showers for tonight. Hopefully get that warm water before the rest of his guys. 3.5 minutes remaining here as the Marauders win their D-zone draw. Quick shot blocked by Bell. Marauders have it again, scrum in front of net. Bell keeps his pad out, goes full spread there to keep the Westchester score at 7. But in that scrum, Westchester's shot total has ticked over 50 as they outshoot the Marauders by 20. 52-32 on the game tonight. D-zone draw 1 there by the Marauders, kicking it out. And that's number 13, Owen Quinn, keeping it in. Squirts past the stick of Quinn, and icing is called. Just another reminder, after that game against TC&J tomorrow, next weekend it'll be another Friday-Saturday affair as Millersville heads to TC&J for a 9:20 puck drop and host other conference big boys Scranton at LIR at 4. Picked up by Corelli in his D-zone. Corelli knocks it out to Schindler. Schindler's shot goes right into the benches, however. 3:10 remaining here in the third period. Not content to have this clock keep going. They're taking every second they can here, the Marauders. Again, looking ever so slimmer that a comeback will happen, but again, a lot can happen in 3 minutes. I've been saying that for a lot now. But again, a lot can happen in 3 minutes as Bell hounds his man behind the back. Ben Bell, that big. Giveaway right in front of the net by the Marauders. They close it quick. Right in front of the net. Somehow does not score right there for the Golden Rams. Keeps the score where it is. It's 7-3. Bounces off the ceiling. And we got another stoppage with 2:48 remaining in the game. Yeah, Westchester with a statement win tonight. They're looking to close out. Would take them to their 5th conference win of the season as they look to stamp their control on the CSCHC early on this season. Westchester has it. Behind the back pass, broken up by Wanshop as he does it to himself a little bit. Broken up by Stromberg in the middle, picked up by Rysack. Rysack works it out. Wanshop, nobody home. 2.5 minutes remaining. Don't think the Marauders will be pulling the goalie, but they might. Westchester has it in their own zone, kicks it out. Marauders have it again, cross-ice feed, nobody home, picked up by Rysack. Rysack dispossessed right in front of his goalie, but Bell is ever present right there in the net. Bell has to be right back on it again as they give it up in front of him again, and Bell gloves it. 2 minutes flat remaining in the third period here. Been seeing that a lot of the Marauders. This is where a lot of these goals have coming from for the Golden Rams today. Just those crucial giveaways right in front of the net has cost Millersville quite a lot tonight. D-zone draw there by the Marauders. 1, but quickly picked up by Westchester. Westchester looking to add on. Westchester taking their time, looking for the perfect pass. Takes it, shot rings just around the post of Bell. Bounces off the end boards, ricochets, and he gets the glove to it. 1:47 remaining here in the game. Again, just can't thank you all enough for sticking with us so far. Getting close to 10:30, maybe you get into some of your bedtimes. But I'm glad you've stuck with us so long to support our boys, even in the toughest of times. Got some great fans here in Millersville. Thank you all. That's number 4, Ethan Haas. Haas takes his shot, and another stoppage. In the longest 3 minutes of the game, we're really taking advantage of every second that we can in this game. 1:41, shots read 54-32 in favor of the Golden Rams. Westchester has it again. That's Haas. Haas feeds his man to the blue line. Centering pass working in. That's number 15, Sean Cutter. Cutter shot finds Haas again. No good. Can't get it to go as the Marauders take it again. That's Corelli. Corelli finds his man. That's Bieber. And another stoppage in play as the puck falls into the Millersville net. Falls in the Millersville bench, however. Another D-zone draw coming up for the Marauders. 1:22 remaining. And they're using every second they can. I can't blame them. D-zone draw won by the Rams. Working it out, blocked up, and Ryder hits the ice. Westchester taking their time, moving in, gains the Millersville blue line. Gloved by Bell. Just won't let this clock get below a minute, will they? Minute 11 left to go in the third. Shots now read 55 for the Golden Rams tonight on the combined tandem of Bell and Rusnock. Rusnock letting in 4, Bell letting in 3. And we are below a minute here in Westchester. As the Marauders look to add on, get that last confidence goal before it's Schindler. Schindler just above the net of Torres. They haven't had to turn the camera around in a while. But the Rams are right back on it in the Millersville D zone. 40 seconds remaining in the game as the Rams look to add on. They're still taking shots. Yeah, that's what rivalry games are like. Westchester has it again, working it out. In the middle, open shot just above the net of Bell as his water bottle takes another hit. Marauders look to dump it down with less than 30 seconds remaining here. Schindler has it. Schindler by himself in front of net. Schindler's shot off the pads of Torres. Westchester has it, working again. 14 seconds remaining. Getting their 57th shot, hope right on the breadbasket of Bell as he takes a hit from his man with 8.6 seconds left to go. And yeah, they do register their 57th shot on the Millersville duo tonight. One more draw for Lucky here. Marauders win it. It's Wanshop. Wanshop quickly dispossessed, and it bounces over the head of Bell. And it looks like they're content to let the final seconds run off. And that'll do it for tonight. Westchester, a big statement win in the conference. As they best the Marauders, who bested them in the conference championship last year, you know they have this matchup circled since February of last year, and they made good on it. On 57 shots, Westchester scores 7, and on 33, Millersville scores 3. And that'll do it from Westchester, Pennsylvania. I'm Garrick Milbrandt, the voice of Millersville Ice Hockey. Again, helped by the wonderful Brian Morgan on camera tonight. Couldn't thank him enough. Great eye in the sky to have if I don't catch everything. Great guy to have up here. Again, and a great people to have with me tonight. Thank you for sticking with us so late into the night to watch our boys play. And we'll be right back tomorrow, 4 p.m. from LIR, as the Marauders renew their old rivalry with TC&J. Weekend after that, Marauders will head to TC&J and host Scranton. And on All Hallows Eve, they'll head to Stockton for a spooky matchup in the CSCHC. Well, that'll just about do it for me tonight. I'm Garrick Milbrandt. Thank you so much for spending your night with us tonight, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a nice night.